actually started about 146 years ago. The first wave, when a group of brave African-American women began to speak out about the slavery and the rape of black women by white men. They even testified before Congress about the sexual assaults that they endured as a result of the Memphis riots. They were perhaps the first women who publicly spoke out about their experiences with rape in this country. Now, as you can imagine, it didn't get very far. But there were some minute changes in the legislature because these women were willing to speak out in a time where women, particularly African-American women, were supposed to be silent. And then let's fast forward almost 100 years to the second wave of the anti-rape movement. That second wave happened not because of researchers, not because of legislators, not because of the religious community and any pastor or priest that may speak. It certainly didn't happen because of the media, but it happened because women started talking to women, me. They began to share an experience that they had kept quiet for so long with each other. They said things like, "That wasn't sex that happened to me. I felt like I was being murdered." They said things like, "It was just pain. Brutal, tearing pain. Like someone was breaking me down." They talked about the humiliation of being brutalized. They talked about not being able to eat or sleep, or they were still being terrified even after years since the abuse happened. They talked about not being able to stop it and questioning over and over again why. Why did this happen to me? Why did he do this? Why didn't anybody understand? Why doesn't anyone believe me? They shared their experiences of the shame and the guilt and the isolation that they felt as a result of the experience. And the combined voices of these victimized women together made a loud roar. And it reminds me of a poem that I actually found when I was working through my own recovery process that explained kind of what I was going through as I was working through recovery. And it was a poem written by a woman named Mari Evans. And the poem said, "If I had a gun, I would shoot. I put a bullet through my weary brain. I would relieve my soul of its responsibility to weep, and relieve my heart from its unbelievingness, and my hand of a wilted inadequacy, my mind of its desperate circling. Lord, if I had a gun that would shoot." It was the pain and the agony these women started talking about to each other that started this second wave. And that talk began to go even deeper. They began to talk not just about rape and battery, but they began to talk about the liberation of women, period. They began to talk about sexism and racism and homophobia and classism and ageism and the other ism and all those isms, and began to recognize the interconnectedness of the isms and the violence in women's lives.